Hello again. The main stories in London now, and a man has been found guilty of murder after his DNA was found on a knife that was used to kill a man in Maida Vale in 2020. Antoine Rohrig was convicted of killing 19-year-old Elton Mohammed Elton after both his and the victim's DNA were found on the weapon. A post-mortem examination found Elton had been stabbed 10 times. Police are appealing for information on the whereabouts of a man who escaped from custody in South London. Kwame Richards escaped from a prison transport van outside Brixton Police Station on Friday afternoon. The 42-year-old, who has links to Wandsworth, was wanted on recall to prison for breaching his licence conditions. A campaign aiming to combat ageism and improve mental health has been taking place at Waterloo Station. Talking Generations seeks to promote connections, reduce social isolation and enhance well-being. Politician Lord Kamal of Edmonton joined one of the events at Waterloo Station with his band.
I was so inspired by the work of intergenerational music making. What they do is bring people together across generations, because music has that power to bring people from different generations together to sing the same songs, but also to tackle social isolation. And today they're here to promote their conversations, the Talking Generations conversations, to encourage people to talk across generations.
A record number of cyclists have taken part in Ride London as the capital marks the 10th anniversary of the event. The three-day ride, which has seen cyclists reach up to 100 miles, came to an end today with 3 sold-out mass rides from central London to Essex and back, finishing on Tower Bridge. Harry Fawcett has more.
23,000 cyclists set out this morning on the 10th Ride London event on a choice of 30, 60 and 100-mile routes through Essex and through glorious sunshine. By lunchtime, 5,000 had already made it back to a spectacular finishing stretch over Tower Bridge. A bonus sight for sightseers and a case of blink and you'll miss it for families and friends.
They're having a great time. They did get a puncture very early on, and then my husband left his little kit behind.
With his cash and his wallet and everything.
It was at least downhill to the finish line, and then a chance to get weary legs back on terra firma.
Remember, tired legs are achievement legs. You've reached your goal today.
It's just great being from London, feeling like you're part of the city in a way in which you've never felt before.
Brilliant atmosphere, great supporters, tired now.
Cycling's the way forward, it's good for the environment, and it's just great to see so many riders out, so many newbies out today.
Newbies certainly out in force in the city centre, where 8 miles of roadway had been closed to cars, lorries and buses, opened up instead to pedal power. It's the 10th year of this event, a decade that's seen a huge increase in cycling and cycle paths, which some in the capital blame for making traffic worse.
We have a congestion problem here in London. If there are more and more cars and it just continues to grow, it's going to get worse and worse. We have to change that. More people walking, more people cycling, helps cut the congestion on the roads, help cut the air pollution.
In Trafalgar Square, bike performances and the relieved event director, who says it's harder than his other job running the London Marathon.
But they're all about the same thing, bringing people together, an amazing community spirit, raising huge amounts of money for charity. I mean, the London Marathon is now 1.1 billion. I think we're approaching 100 million.
Back by Tower Bridge, the riders kept coming well into the afternoon. And at the end of it all, what better reward than an achievement beer in the late May sunshine. Harry Fawcett, ITV News, Tower Bridge.
Right, let's take a look at a bit more of the sport in London today.
Zero Accounting Software sponsors ITV Regional Sports Report.
On the final day of the Premier League season, second-place Arsenal thrashed Wolves 5-0. Brentford beat the champions Manchester City 1-0. Chelsea drew 1-1 with Newcastle. Crystal Palace also drew 1 each with Nottingham Forest. Spurs won 4-1 and sent Leeds down. West Ham lost 2-1 at Leicester City and Fulham lost 2-1 to Manchester United. Weather now. Here's Chris.
Feels like home, whatever the weather. Valent Boilers and Heat Pumps sponsors ITV London Weekend Weather.
Hello there. Very good evening to you. I hope you've enjoyed the sunshine that we've seen across the capital once again today. And in the sunshine, it's felt rather warm. We've seen temperatures again into the low 20s. A lovely fine start this morning, but the area of high pressure continues to dominate the story as we go through the next few days, keeping our winds fairly light at times, but actually still a rather chilly breeze across the far eastern side of the country. And that will continue over the coming few days as well, just taking the edge off the temperatures. Overnight tonight, we've got some clear skies around, a little patchy cloud tending to come and go, but by dawn tomorrow morning for most of us, temperatures should be holding up between 8 and 9 degrees Celsius. We start first thing then on Monday, of course, Bank Holiday Monday, another dry day to come with more in the way of some sunshine once again. A patchy cloud tending to come and go at times, just rolling its way in from the North Sea, but tomorrow's temperatures are a little lower than they have been this afternoon. 15 there on the eastern home counties, the further west though, likes of 19, maybe scraping up to 20 degrees, but still remember that our UV levels are generally high. We hold on to the dry, fine and sunny weather as we go through the remainder of this week, still with a rather keen easterly wind blowing at times, but feeling warm in the sunshine. Pollen's next.
Vaillant sponsors ITV London Weekend Weather.
Hello, summer. Piri sponsors ITV Pollen Count.
And as for the pollen forecast, pollen levels as we go through the coming few days will fluctuate between moderate and high. We're at the beginning of the grass pollen season, which affects the majority of hay fever sufferers. Bye-bye.
That's all from us. Good night.